Where's Ian got to see me?
Well, welcome to Newsnight. The old man of the clan and also CEO of the independent magazine, Andrew Mwenda, is here. Andrew, as we spoke on Tuesday, while you're away, there's a new prime minister in the house. But so many people are still asking, and the question is how you could easily have told that this was going to happen. Because by January when we spoke, because yesterday we actually ran the video when we discussed this, when we spoke, you were very certain that Mama Mbabazi would be fired. How could you have placed that?
I always tell people, if you want to know what is happening in Uganda, please, you don't read these other people. You read The Independent. Because on the 14th of December last year,
Yes.
we published a story
Yes.
with my personal byline.
Yes.
If I put my byline there is a statement I'm always sending to the market that now here you have
The truth.
Because you see, I made that prediction seated on a lot of information that I knew on from the Mbabazi camp and the Museveni camp, and I interviewed all the major actors around the.
But it took the president 9 months to act on what you
And I will tell you why the president acted like that.
Yes.
You see, by January, February, top people in NRM or around the president were predicting that Mbabazi would not be fired. January, February, they thought it would go. By March, it was certain. Now, Museveni does not like to be predicted, and I think he deliberately decided to delay it. So by September, most people around the president were saying, I think there must be a secret arrangement. Now, conspiracy theories had taken over. There must be a secret arrangement between the president and the prime minister, between Museveni and Mbabazi, to orchestrate all this quarrel when
Yes.
it means nothing.
Someone actually sent me a message and said, please
Yes.
ask Andrew, isn't this drama that the president and the prime minister are playing to the gallery?
So
and
it
everyone
is
knows
exactly, it is at that point when everybody, including those closest to the president, had thrown in the towel and said, this man is not going to leave. That's when Museveni fired him, because he did not want, I think, to be predicted. And also there was, of course, some information. I'm sure the president had received some information that Mbabazi intended to resign. You see, if I had been Mbabazi's best option should have been when he was humiliated in Chankwanzi. If I was in Mbabazi's shoes, I would have said, look, the entire NRM caucus have passed this resolution of a single person running for president. I'm not against it, but I think it has been passed against me. People think I'm going to run,
Yes.
and there's a lot of maneuvers against me. I think
as a secretary general,
one,
Yes.
as a prime minister,
Yes, and
this hostility from members of parliament and the way they have insulted me and yelled
it's
at
a vote
me,
of no confidence.
yes, I have resigned it. And two, even as secretary general, let me quit the job if people think me I want to challenge President Museveni. And I think Mbabazi lost that opportunity, because had he resigned, he would have gone away with a lot of credibility. The fact that he failed to resign and left Museveni to fire him, I think has set him back very many months behind.
Way forward. Let's discuss
What
that. I want
are
us to
Mbabazi's
dedicate a
options?
lot of time. Yes.
You see, if you read the Independent story of December 14th last year, one of our predictions was, this was from Mbabazi's camp, that Mbabazi wanted to force a showdown between him and Museveni in the NRM
Caucus,
delegates.
yes.
No, in the NRM
Conference.
delegates conference.
Yes.
Perhaps Museveni would defeat him, but he would defeat him in a bruising battle that, regardless of what percentage Mbabazi would take, assuming he captured 30%, which of course would be impossible, he would move with that ramp and join, say, the opposition, BSJ, FDC and others, and mount a broad coalition of opposition forces against the president.
But do you think he would move with that 30% with him to the opposition?
It
There is
would
one
depend.
thing having opposition within the NRM and another moving with that opposition to the opposition, the real opposition.
It would depend, because Museveni's position in NRM is very strong, but it's not unassailable. Remember that what Mbabazi needed is to deliver what in military science they call maximum tactical surprise.
Yes.
Had he initiated something that Museveni was unable to anticipate,
Like a resignation.
and on the last minute, yes, delivered it in a devastating way and made a serious critique of government and said he was taking on the president,
Yes.
he would create such a momentum that would force Museveni to react by arresting him and threatening him. Now, of course, an arrest, beating on the street and things like that tends to reinforce the opposition rather than weaken them. The opposition don't understand that. Remember that if Museveni is beating you, he's building your profile. This is how he helped us build the brand of the Independent when we started.
When he was your marketing manager?
Yes, when we had appointed marketing manager. So rather, Mbabazi had an opportunity to appoint Museveni his campaign manager, and Museveni is very good at doing that job. He did it for Besigye in 2005, 2006,
yes.
and he almost caused Besigye to win. Besigye must have gotten something like 43 to 44% of the vote, and Museveni may have gotten anything between 49 to 54% of the vote in 2006. Of course, there was a rigging margin of about 6 to 7%. So the bottom line is this, that Mbabazi has that one option. to force a division within NRM. And I think if Mbabazi worked hard on that forced division, he would realign politics, because you see previously Museveni's opponents were DP and UPC until Besigye emerged and a third force called FDC became the dominant opposition. But because Besigye and FDC have gotten extremely radicalized and Muntu has failed to use his moderation to effectively build an opposition movement, if Mbabazi broke away from NRM, he can actually recreate a new opposition around him, which would not be the extreme version of what Besigye has made the opposition to be, but would be a moderate version that would appeal to a large cross-section of Ugandans who may be disenchanted with Museveni, but think that this belligerence, extremism, virulence of the Besigye group is not good for the politics of the country.
All right, thank you very much. Well said, Andrew. We'll continue this discussion for one reason.
You keep
for one reason,
promising
because I did not want to add the fact that today there was a change of guard at his home, and we might want to look at it when we find some information. I know Leo Chanda has spoken to us, but we need to find more information into what really happened.
They changed
today.
it to which guards? The military police, and replaced it with ordinary.
From the UPDF to military police or to ordinary police. It was drama. We will discuss this next week, and that was Newsnight.